But largely Hillary Clinton's comments here today, John, were based around the recent violence that we have seen, the police-involved shootings of black men in Minnesota, in Louisiana, and then the killing of white police officers by a black gunman in Dallas. That was really what she based her comments on around today. And remember, Hillary Clinton has some vulnerabilities herself, even as she calls for criminal justice reform because of her support in the 1990s for anti-crime legislation that ultimately helped contribute to this era of mass incarceration that she now speaks out again.
We just lost Breonna Keeler.
With some Trump supporters, let's play what they said.
David Duke and people like that, they come out from under the rocks all the time around this time this year. It got nothing to do with Donald Trump. We're all Americans. I think we need to stop with all the racist stuff and the race baiting. Like me and my friend right here, we just met today, we was talking. You know, we got to stop with the racist stuff and this, that. We all Americans, man. And nobody paying David Duke no mind.
Clearly, let me just be clear here. Obviously, the majority of Donald Trump supporters are not African American. I don't know how many African Americans were in that building, but that is one person that we have chosen to cut that sound from.
The servers are no longer hooked up and working. I mean, if they are, they're with the FBI. And people know that they're not available to hack anymore. I mean, it's like Donald Trump saying, oh, you know, I hope Putin gets in a 1985 DeLorean and goes and finds those 33,000 emails. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Not like that at all.
I'll tell you what scares me. What scares me is the fact that the emails are out there somewhere probably, and that we could have a president that could be blackmailed over them. That's what concerns me. It's about our national security.
Hold on. You can't just invent things. You can't just invent things.
I'm not inventing anything.
You just invented an entire thing. The FBI has already come out with a report on Hillary Clinton's emails. What you just said was an invented thing. There's no 33,000 emails.
There are other work-related emails that they did not produce to state and that we did not find elsewhere and that are now gone because they deleted all emails they did not produce to state, and the lawyers then cleaned their devices in such a way as to preclude complete forensic recovery.
That are going to harm our national security.
Hostile actors gained access to the private commercial email accounts of people with whom Secretary Clinton was in regular contact from her personal account. She also used her personal email extensively while outside the United States, including sending and receiving work-related emails in the territory of sophisticated adversaries. Given that combination of factors, we assess it is possible that hostile actors gained access to Secretary Clinton's personal email account.
You know that there was an entire year and a half. We're not going to relitigate that. No, Amy, we're not going to relitigate that. But you can't make things up. Not if you're going to invent things. Okay, you can say your comments.
I'm not going to invent things, but the FBI also said.
No, ma'am. Yes,
FBI also said that she has not turned over. She didn't turn over all the emails.
No, ma'am. You cannot invent things. You cannot say things. You're putting out incredibly inflammatory information.
You don't know.
By the way, you may have seen that I recently launched a Snapchat account. I love it. I love it. Those messages disappear all by themselves.
On the campaign trail is obviously going to be covered. So my question to you, without mentioning the Clintons and Bill Clinton, which has been wait, let me finish my statement. Which has already been litigated and relitigated on the own merits. Donald Trump's statements on the campaign trail. You don't think it's fair that the media should be covering it?
Oh, I don't think it's unfair. I just think it's silly. Look, he's running against Hillary Clinton.
Absolutely.
He's running against the sexual harasser and abuser's enabler. So again, I don't know why we're not talking about that. You know, it has been litigated.
We're not talking about that because it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with what happened. She's not her husband. Her husband was her husband has been impeached over that.
But Donald Trump's not known to be politically correct or a politician either.
And you're still, hold on guys, both of you are talking over me. Let me finish. And then first Kurt, and then I will let you respond. You're talking about something that happened over a decade ago. The man has been impeached for it. She is not responsible for her husband's actions, yet you are bringing it into a campaign, and it doesn't seem fair. What if you did the same thing with Donald Trump from something his spouse or his father, if someone else did in his family? It has nothing to do with him running for president. We're talking about his own actions, his own individual merit. So, if you're going to talk about Hillary Clinton, then bring Hillary Clinton's actions into it. Don't bring her husband's actions into it.
I'd bring Hillary Clinton's actions into it.
Absolutely.
When she was given the choice between standing with a serial sexual abuser and
all right,
with
Kurt.
women who are
Stop. That's not fair.
Sexual harasser.
That's not fair. That's not fair. Can we stop that, please? It is not fair. It is not fair. It is a low blow. It is the, yes, I want to end it. This is the lowest of the low, and it has nothing to do with Hillary Clinton. It is just a cheap shot that, can you please stop? Can we stop? Can we cut him off, please? Thank you. Can we end it? Thank you. We're done. Thank you. We'll be right back.
When you get one-on-one, especially if it's Hillary, okay, Donald Trump will go places nobody is willing to go, where the media at this point isn't willing to go. Bringing up Clinton's women who say they were intimidated by Hillary, having them come forward and speak, a litany of issues that you can't even imagine.
I'm thinking that might not be a winning argument for Donald Trump right at this moment.
That isn't going to be a winning argument for Donald Trump. How many derogatory things has he said about women? His numbers among women are 75% right now.
You know how many young women
not going
in this
to make that up. There is no way he can win.
Do you know how many young women in this country don't even know that Bill Clinton was impeached? No, maybe they heard Monica Lewinsky. They don't know the women that have accused Bill Clinton of sexual improprieties and that say they've been threatened and intimidated by Hillary Clinton.
You know, Hillary Clinton said that people have a right to be heard.
Don't let anyone silence your voice. You have a right to be heard, and you have a right to be believed. We're with you.
And I think that in some of the most prominent cases, not only were the accusations not disproven, they were confirmed and acknowledged by President Clinton.
How's that?
So I think, well, he acknowledged he had a relationship with Jennifer Flowers. He paid Paula Jones off in a settlement, and has acknowledged much of what Monica Lewinsky says happened.
Monica Lewinsky says that you used a cigar as a sexual aid with her in the Oval Office area. Would she be lying? Yes, no, or won't answer.
So those are three pretty prominent examples.
A girl who was raped by a pedophile that Hillary Clinton bragged about getting off. Wait, let me finish. Hillary Clinton, what do you mean? You don't even want to hear it? That Hillary Clinton is on tape bragging about, as a lawyer, getting off on a technicality.
An audio recording of an interview with Mrs. Clinton from the early 1980s was dug up. In that clip, Mrs. Clinton seems to admit she knew the defendant was guilty.
Remember that case where I represented that guy? It was a fascinating case. It was a really interesting case. This guy was accused of raping a 12-year-old. Of course, he claimed that he didn't. All this stuff. He took a lie detector test. I had to take a polygraph, which he passed, which forever destroyed my faith in polygraphs.
How did it turn out?
Oh, he plea bargained. We got him off. It was time served in the county jail. He'd been in the county jail about 2 months.
That woman now says Hillary ruined my life. What's wrong?
I'm gonna
That's not fair.
Leave it there.
Clinton.
No. Thanks.
God
guys.
forbid that I should.
There.
God forbid that I should defend Hillary Clinton, but she was appointed to represent somebody, so she's got to do her job.
I'm going to leave it there. Goodbye.
Hillary Clinton blamed the victim. Number 101 when you're dealing with rape cases, don't blame the victim. She blamed a 12-year-old girl, a 6th grade 12-year-old girl, of seeking the attention of older men and fantasizing about being with older men. There is audio.
Wait, we haven't corroborated any of this, so I mean, I just think you should be very.
It's widely reported. It's widely reported.
Widely reported. So is the National Enquirer. Widely reported.
We
widely
can
reported
go.
Doesn't mean anything. It's not on this network, I would point out.
Hillary Clinton had accused her of some sort of culpability in her own attack.
Widely reported. Widely reported doesn't mean anything. It's not on this network, I would point out. Wait, we haven't corroborated any of this.
Clinton wrote of the victim, "I have been informed that the complainant is emotionally unstable with a tendency to seek out older men and engage in fantasizing."
Wait, we haven't corroborated any of this. It's not on this network, I would point out.
Mrs. Clinton seems to admit she knew the defendant was guilty.
Wait, we haven't corroborated any of this. It's not on this network, I would point out.
And I do think the audio really changes it, where she's saying he took a polygraph, and then she says that it forever, destroyed her faith in polygraph.
Yeah.
She thought he was
admitting that he's guilty.
Right.
Yes.
I think it's a problem. I think it really pokes a hole in that narrative.
It's not on this network, I would point out.